Okay. 2 lands for most of that game. That's what we need. Let's have some more of that, please. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today we are looking at mono white in Alchemy. I put up a poll on the community page saying should we go back to Alchemy or should we stay with Standard. I think about last I looked it was like 11 people had voted to go back to Alchemy and 0 had voted to stay with Standard. So here we are back in Alchemy, and the first thing that I wanted to try was mono white. The reason being but I have missed my good friend, the Inquisitor Captain, from playing in Standard. I think creature decks really need a bit of a boost, and in Alchemy they get it in the form of Inquisitor Captain. So this is the 4-costing Human Cleric, 3/3 Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it and there are 20 or more creature cards with mana value 3 or less among cards in your graveyard, hand, and library, so basically any creatures that we started the game with that haven't been exiled, seek 2 creature cards with mana value 3 or less, put one of them onto the battlefield, and shuffle the other into your library. So every creature that we have in this deck costs 3 or less, apart from the Inquisitor Captain themselves. We have 30 creatures, so we know there's 26 creatures here. So what this means is if we have 7 or more creatures on the battlefield, this ability won't trigger, but if we've got 7 or more creatures on the battlefield, we're pretty darn good. Unless they've all been exiled by Farewell or something, and then we're stuffed. Right, why did I want to play with this? The reason being is that we've got this very nice combination in Standard at the moment. The Dusk Legion Duelist, which is the 2/2 Vampire Soldier Vigilance. Whenever you put 1 or more 1/1 counters on it, you draw a card. And you've got the Siege Veteran that lets you put 1/1 counters on creatures, and then if they're soldiers and they die, you get 1/1 soldiers. This is both. So this little combo is wonderful. What is Inquisitor Captain good for? It's good for basically seeking up cards in your creature cards from your library and putting them onto the battlefield. So if we have one or the other of these on the battlefield already, when we play our Inquisitor Captain, hopefully we'll find the other part of this duo and be able to play it onto the battlefield and then start drawing cards, getting some value out of our cards. The other reason that I wanted to play mono white is this card here, Surge of Salvation. So in Alchemy, for those who are new to the format, if you think mono red is a problem in Standard, it is even more of a problem in Alchemy, hence the name of the deck. This card is built for Alchemy, I swear to God, because they have such a problem with Alchemy thanks to 2 cards. This one, Ambergris, thanks to this, which lets red refill their hand, and thanks to this, where if you draw 2 or 3 of these in your opening hand, even 2, it's pretty much enough to win the game on its own. I won't cover those off in this video, we've covered them before on this channel, but basically we need something that will even the playing field against red for us, and this card is exactly it. You impermanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn, so we can dodge their burn spells if they target us or our creatures, but also we prevent all damage that black and or red sources would deal to creatures we control this turn. That is such a nice sweet card if you're playing against mono red or mono black decks, and that's why I've got it in the deck. This combined with Skrelv, which everyone sort of knows by now, but it's the 1/1 that can protect a creature of our choice from a colour of our choice, combined with Brutal Cathar is nice. So Brutal Cathar is the 2/2 that when it enters the battlefield, it exiles a creature an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. The one weakness of Brutal Cathar obviously is that if they kill it, they get their creature back. We now have 1, 2, and 3 ways of protecting our Brutal Cathar. This one we just covered. Skrelv can protect a creature, but also the Invasion of Gobakhan, the new card that we featured a deck around before. It's a 2-costing battle that has 3 siege counters on it. When it enters the battlefield, we look at target opponent's hand, we may exile a non-land card from it. As long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. So basically, it costs 2 more to cast. We're getting rid of something. It's doing like a soul partition on a card from their hand. So it's really nice against control decks, basically. If we spot a board wipe, if we spot a little Meat Hook Massacre in there or depopulate, we can get it out their hand. If we're against a combo deck and we spot a combo piece in their hand, we can get it out their hand. And if we manage to flip this, we get the Light Shield Array, which has Sacrifice It. Oh, we seem to be losing connection to Magic. 1 second. okay, it really wouldn't be a Magic the Gathering arena video if the client didn't crash on me whilst I was explaining the deck to you guys. If we have the Light Shield array, it has the ability to sacrifice itself and creatures we control gain hexproof and indestructible. This makes us completely board wipe proof. Obviously we do need to manage to do 3 damage to our battle to do that, hence why we've got some 1-drops in the deck, which I'll go through in a second. And also this puts 1/1 counters on each creature that attack this turn. What a nice combo in itself, just with the Dusk Legion Duelist. If the Dusk Legion Duelist attacks, if it survives, it's going to get a 1/1, it's going to draw us more cards. Given the level of protection we have for our creatures with the Surge and the Skrelvs, I just think this is such a nice like lock combo we can get going on our opponents with these cards. Another nice little interaction in the deck, we've got the Benalish Knight-Counselor in here, which is an Alchemy 1-drop, which we don't have the privilege of in Standard. It's a 1-costing human knight, 2/1 with Enlist. Whenever enlists a creature, you get a boon with, when you cast your next creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it. So sort of like the Kakazan effect. Obviously, if we then cast our Dusk Legion Duelist and it enters with a 1/1 counter on it, our opponent doesn't get a chance to destroy it before we get value off this card. Draw a card and it comes in as a 3/3 Vigilance. That's really nice. So it's a nice little extra interaction we have there. The reason we're running 2 of Klement the Novice Acolyte is we're a very creature heavy deck, which is where Klement thrives because it buffs all the creature cards in our hand, but also it can specialise into Klement the Life Acolyte, which is a 3/3 lifelink, and it gives our next creature that we cast lifelink. Why is this good? Well, there's lots of mono red around, there's lots of people trying to race us down, like Rakdos decks. And also, Specialise, the weakness of Specialise is that if you trigger your Specialise, you discard a card and you pay mana. If your opponent kills that creature, you lose all of it. Well, as I said before, we're running loads of protection in this deck, so things with Specialise are slightly stronger than they would be elsewhere, and that's why I'm running 2 of these. I don't want duplicates because it is legendary. We're running 2 of those, we're running 2 Skrelvs. 3 Adelines. The reason for running 3 Adelines is simply that Adeline is a wonderful card in a creature heavy deck, especially one with Inquisitor Captain. We're going to get lots of creatures down on the board. We're going to be hitting our opponent hard, trying to get them through with a big Adeline attack. The other thing is if we use Skrelv on Adeline, we can make Adeline unblockable by a certain colour. So if we're facing, for example, mono black, we can give Adeline unblockable against black creatures if they've got things like a Sheldred in the way or a Phyrexian Obliterator, and get in for that one big attack that can help us win the game. So that's why we've got the Skrelv Adeline combo in the deck, which may also come up in the video. Let's see. So we've got loads of little combos in the deck. 1 Loran of the Third Path that we could pull out with Inquisitor Captain if we are losing to a enchantment or artifact deck. So I'm thinking here things like either green-white enchantments or the 4-costing one, like the Key to the Vault, Key to the Archive. Yeah, if we're losing to that, we've got a way of getting rid of it. It's only a 1-of, so it's an out that we could draw if we're lucky, but you'll be surprised because Inquisitor Captain gives you a choice. You know, you've got more chance of drawing a 1-of than you would otherwise. Finally, 2 Anointed Peacekeepers. Now, I think maybe we should be doing this. I'm not sure. But I juggle between these 2. Anointed Peacekeeper is just a nice little bit of extra tax, a bit of extra control against opponents who are trying to assemble a combo or trying to board wipe us. This deck can be weak against Planeswalkers. We haven't got any direct Planeswalker removal. Our only interaction is Brutal Cathar. So Anointed Peacekeeper is there to help us with those situations. If we're facing against the Liliana, for example, being able to tax them before they could play it if we're on the play, or being able to tax the abilities is very, very nice. Also, if we exile something from their hand, it costs 2 more. We then name that same thing with Peacekeeper. We can push something so far down the line the opponent can never play it. So there's some really nice little lines and combos through this deck. And I think it's going to be super powerful. Let's have some games and see how we get on. Okay, here we go. Straight into it. No messing about today. This is what we got to Diamond with, and this is what we're probably, if this video goes well, gonna get to Mythic with. Skrelv is always a good first play. Love a bit of Skrelv turn 1 on the play. Especially against that. Sweet, right. Let's get our Klement in. Buff 3 of those. Then we probably want to specialise Klement because red, we need life gain. Because we can do it safely with under the protection of Skrelv. Okay, we'll just let that go. No point paying 2 life to protect Klement. ahead of time. No. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to do this. That's 2 lands away, which is too long. So we're going to get swinging with our lifelinker, force them to deal with it, and then obviously whatever creature we play next gets lifelink as well, which against mono red is a beast. That's why we've got you here, Klement. Okay. Gonna discard 3? No. So we'll go with this so we can surge. Straight back up to there. Now if you could just try to steal the Benalish Knight-Counselor, please. This is so good in Alchemy because of the sheer amount of mono red. Yeah. We'll even keep our Knight-Counselor. Oh, I should have enlisted this with this because they both have lifelink. That was a mistake. Then this would have been a 3/3. Amazing doing all this with only 2 lands. Transforming Klement early against mono red is the tactic to do. So we're only taking 7 here, or 8 if they cast a spell. We'll let that happen. Great. Bang bang, back up to 15. Opponents had 6 lands and 15. It's not, I thought that was a lot, but it's not a lot. I mean, they've got to block every one of these. Let's play this. Okay, nothing. So we'll say Ambergris. Oh, what is the normal one? Citadel Agent. Let's force some blocks. Then they're basically going to concede. You can be pretty sure of that. We win. Okay. 2 lands for most of that game. That's what we need. Let's have some more of that, please. Okay. Regs 94, next victim, I hope. On the draw this time. Not a very good hand on the draw. I think we'll have to mulligan this. Just 3 drops, no 2 drops. This is infinitely better. Let's put this away. I think this is actually nicer against an unknown deck without the Dusk Legion Duelist in our hand. Cut down or spark shock for this. This is probably a reanimation deck. Most of the Rakdos ones are these days. Let's take a look. Okay, maybe it's an Anvil deck. It is an Anvil deck. So we don't want them to have Fable, but yeah, I guess we can use a Peacekeeper on Anvil. think taking out Fable's the best option. That does leave open Surge to kill this, unless we name Voltage Surge first, which we can easily do. Okay, no it doesn't. They're going to dig for a land. Now the Surge won't kill the Peacekeeper, so we can happily name something else. Blood Tithe Harvester maybe. Although, if they find a land, Sheldred's a worse thing. I guess we can just Brutal Cathar it. Let's do Blood Tithe Harvester because it's got an activated ability. And they might not draw a land. I think overall that's the better choice. Obviously they could play Harvester and Surge, but now they can't do that. Oh. Whatever. Can't really stop that. I think playing this, putting one here and then attacking is actually a nice move. What are they going to discard? Surge on the Veteran is obviously good, but they might want to save it to get rid of Peacekeeper once they've got a treasure off this or something. Okay. It's pretty nice. They can obviously still do it, but we've got to name it pretty much. Because it'll only cost them 3 and their treasure, and they can create another treasure, so probably still worth it for them to Surge the Peacekeeper. Yeah. Use this on this, and we'll use this one on Sheldred. Assuming that's what comes down. As long as they haven't got a Harvester in their hand, because that would be catastrophic with the Fable, but putting a Fable under a Cathar is too dangerous as well, because the value they get off of that if they kill the Cathar is huge. Skrelv could help give me a bit of confidence to do that, but we need removal for Sheldred because we can't really win with it up, so it's more important, I think. I don't mind finding an Inquisitor Captain about now. Give me a chance to find a Loran. Or a Siege Veteran, you know, something that's going to give us a bit more mid-rangey impact. At least we're making them think. They have had pretty solid answers against us the whole way so far. Gosh, they have got a Harvester. They literally have top decked perfectly. How have they only had 3 lands in 15, and yet it's working? Gonna get rid of this Cathar, are they? Yeah. So now we have to take the Harvester, unfortunately. Can't let them copy that forever. Do I hold open Skrelv to protect the Harvester? The Cathar, I mean. So I can't shoulder it. They can just blood token. That better not be a Harvester. So they haven't cast a spell yet, and flipping the Cathar would actually be brilliant for us here. So hopefully they haven't got something to cast, although they are waiting like they do. Okay. Okay, we definitely want to get this Gobakhan flipped, so let's give it a go. Got another Cathar. I mean, obviously it'll come in night side at the moment, but are they willing to give up the reflection? Yeah, they are. Obviously we could have pushed it through with this, but I think that's what they want us to do, so I don't have much interest in doing that. We're never tapping the Skrelv except to save our stuff. I'll tell you that much. I was going to say, hopefully they just play the Sheldon thinking that will save them. The reason I've done that is because once we've got the Gobakhan, we can actually use that to save our stuff. And now we're looking quite good. I know they've got a Fable. I hope they haven't got 2 removals. No, they haven't. Okay. Yes, that's okay. So we can enlist with this. It's a good swing. Could save this. Yeah, let's do it. We've still got Skrelv. Does mean these don't flip. They've got this to cast. But to be honest, they probably have to be blocking, so... Can attack with this one as well. So we're swinging for lethal, so we're going for 12 even if they block the Knight-Counselor, which is their best, you know, actual trade. Could chump the Adeline. Because even if we'd have pushed the Adeline through with this, they could block this, and then we're only doing 12. Yeah. Just checking we didn't miss lethal. Just checking. Oh, I guess they. Yeah, no, because we couldn't attack with this one. Yeah, we're 1 off lethal. Not sure what they're thinking about here. You've got to block. Oh, I guess it's whether to chump Adeline or block the Knight-Counselor. But The only thing that could really save them is Mite Massacre off the top, and I don't know if they're running that, given that this is a very creature-heavy deck. But if they are running it, they've got 2 draws because of Fable. And if they do get it, it's going to be an absolute blitz, because they'll end up with these 2 back. They'll be on 1 life, and we won't be able to finish them. Have they just disconnected? GG. Okay. Next game. Looks fun. Mono red with these sleeves. No. Black so far. Okay, let's get our Knight-Counselor down. I think this this ye old combo, eh? Let's take this one for now. So next turn they can't play anything here of value, which is good. So, okay, they've got something to use their dispute on now. So we need to exile this out their hand with this. And they draw, because okay. We also would like to gain some life, because that makes their combo a bit mute, so we will do this again. Okay, they now have 2 of those, so let's get rid of that out their hand, so they can't put it on top. Then we'll put this. Then this will attack this. These this way. Now everything that attacks gets 2 counters on it. They're going to have to do something impressive to win from here. Nope. GG. Easy mode, boys. Alright. That last game really showed the power of Gobakhan. Like, being able to disrupt that combo deck like that is so brutal. Well, this is the classic standard standard cards. Very nice. We haven't really seen our Inquisitor Captains at all yet, which is the reason that I wanted this deck, because I thought it would assemble this combo for me, but we're not seeing a ton of them. Hello. Always nice to say hello. Argoth. Alright, so it's Titania deck. Assemble the team. Interesting little tactic there. I think we'll go straight for this. As much as it would be nice to buff them, I think being able to start drawing cards is even better. Well, they got their lands they need in the graveyard. Nope. Okay. This just lets them bring a land back. Yeah, okay. So we can attack freely. We've got the Cathar for use on Titania if she shows her head, because we've got one Titania in here. We want to stop them obviously transforming a Titania. That would be bad. So just draw again, I guess. Keep drawing. Don't really want this to die, so no, but we will use this. That's interesting. Guess we'll take that away. They could bring back Titania with that, which could cause us some problems. Okay, I think we're going to have to play this now. And we'll put a counter on here. Attack that way. They will get to the 7, won't they? We're going to start attacking for big soon, though. So we can keep forcing this through one turn after this comes in. God, this gumming up the board of this crap is quite nice, isn't it? Skyfish spider, that's nice. I guess we'll just let that through. I've got no real interest in whatever's going on there. So you go there, you go there, you go there. We'll do 8 to face. No, they're going to let us have the Gobakhan. Okay. I think we'll hold this. Because we're in a pretty commanding place. Like, even if they get an Atraxa, we'll be looking nice. They're probably going to bring back Titania? Yeah. Thankfully, because we've drawn so many cards. So, yeah, I was going to say we probably have lethal. Alright, that was an interesting deck from our opponent, but mono white too strong. Okay. Jacko. Michael Jackson. We haven't got any 2-drops, but it looks okay to me. We've actually got an Inquisitor Captain and 3 lands, so that could be fun. You stay off my Knight-Counselor. You opted for Duelist. That makes me chuckle. You opted for an absolute waste of your life. And now I've got 2 of them. Untap. No, scrying, are you? Yeah. Peacekeeper, I guess. In first. It's a shame, but... Haha, Liliana of the Veil. We don't want that coming down, because that lets them discard. I mean, so does Fable, but not immediately. And also, Liliana... It's always good to name Planeswalkers with Peacekeeper, because... Yeah, they can't activate their their abilities. Let's put this in. Discard a Traxxer. And Liliana, yeah, Liliana's less use now. They could be reanimating a Traxxer, but thankfully we have a Cathar. Do you know what? Do we even use this? I think we'll trade any of our stuff for a Crucius. So we will just attack, I think. Okay, yeah. I mean, they could block this with this and chump, well not chump, block with Crucius. But if not, yeah, down to 7. Getting an Atraxa out would be bad because it would fill their hand, but maybe we'll draw some more Cathars or something. Sheldred, yeah, we'll have to get rid of this. This is a bit, this is a bit worrying having to use Cathar on Sheldred. Here she comes. This is what we were hoping to be able to Cathar. Brotherhood's End. Oh my goodness, that would be bad for us. Can't tell you how bad that would be. Can we pull a Cathar off the top? No. Do we just lose? So, yeah, we're just going to lose to this Brotherhood's End. Ah, all good things come to an end. They didn't even have to touch us to win that game. Oh, if they hadn't got that Sheldred and we didn't have to use the Cathar, we would have been absolutely fine. It was clutch. A very close one, though. No Surges or Skrelvs, I think, what cost us that last one. 1 or 2 Surges or Skrelvs would have done the trick. That's our only like swing factor in the Rakdos matchup, but we have to draw them. Can't put 4 of each because then we don't win the other matchups, but I guess in best of 1. Look, we've got one here. Maybe this would be fun in best of 3, because we could run the 3/2 soldier that exile stuff from graveyards. Would be pretty good. Cool. Underdog, yeah. At least it's black, so Surge is good. Well, Klement's pretty good here. 5 creatures getting buffed. We do need a land though. We have this will be our 3rd opportunity to draw one. I have got an option, but No. Brushstroke. Fine for now. Sweet. So So, do we just specialise this and hold Surge? If so, what would we discard? I don't really want to discard anything. So maybe we just Adeline. Give them something to deal with instead. I would love to play a Peacekeeper, but I haven't got one. Adeline's pretty nice with 5 toughness though. Not that it matters against black usually. Matters a lot against red for molten impacting. Maybe I should have played Siege Veteran, but I feel like Adeline is a good target because it's not part of like our more valuable combo, and it puts so much pressure early game, and is a good blocker in this situation. Yeah, I think Adeline was right. Okay. We would like a land to be able to play the captain. That would be. If you ask, sometimes you get. Okay, I guess it will be a Siege Veteran. Quite a big attack coming in. Pew pew pew. I wonder if they have a board right then. Or they're just worried about us coming all the way through them. Oh, they're brilliant white as well. Oh, well that means they've got, yeah, I was going to say. Ouch. Why are you bleeding these into me? Just let it auto-resolve these now. Okay. Come on, let's rebuild. Rebuild! Don't board wipe me again. We've got quite a lot of work to be doing to get your 22 life down. Yeah, board wiped again. The thing is, this surge, it wouldn't save us against any of this stuff, so... Ouch. Down to 4, which puts us at lethal to underdog. This is a bit worrying. Can I draw a land? No. Because now each creature we kill is 1 life, but I haven't got any enchantment removal in this best of 1 deck. Best of 3 we could run Destroy Evils, but which is very nice against mono black. I think we have to hold our Surge in case they've got another Invoke to spare. Because we'd be dead otherwise, right? So we've got to protect against something that's lethal. Yeah, they could easily have another one by now. 18 cards in. Interesting to run this in this like mid-range shell. You see this more in like decks that sack their things. Oh man. So they just attack next turn and we lose, right? You opponents you control. Yeah, I can't. So we could play this and give it lifelink, but they just attack and these triggers will go on their stack before we can do anything. That doesn't save us. I guess we can get rid of one Trespasser. But then we can't specialise this, so we don't. Do I have any way out of this? Because even if we kill these, we die. Nope. We will be beat by the board wipes, man. Board wipes. We're a creature deck. If we can't draw our what are they called? I mean, Gobakhans would save us in that situation. Things that get stuff out of their hand. I was thinking of Peacekeepers, but either of those two cards we need against that matchup. Okay. It's time to fugly. Well, we've got our Gobakhans and Peacekeepers this time, so if we're against a board wipe or control deck, we're golden. No 1-drops and no third land though, so we've got a couple of things. Well, we want to draw a third land. Ozolith. So, some kind of counters based deck. That's harder for us to get rid of, so let's get rid of that. They don't have a way of putting any counters on this, but it does give them Vorinclex if this is a land, so maybe we'll Brutal Cathar that? Don't know if that's a good play or not. Good game. Inquisitor Captain and Loran. Kill the Ozolith. Good game again. Is the idea that we can fulfill a good domain. Black, red, green, blue, white, yeah. Is it worth doing this? No, not really. Yeah. That's interesting. Could be some big creatures. They had the option of but they thing is we can block that, right? It's an okay block for us. So if we do this again, we could exile this. They can still flip this. It's actually quite a hard matchup to win. Gonna pay you 3 life. Guess we'll protect you from green. Please just swing with both at the invasion of Zendikar, because then we'll let you have it. No. We'd like to find more Brutal Cathars, so we're going to dig. Game. Cast this just so that you flip. We'll take this that can give hexproof, not hexproof, lifelink. Give all our creatures hexproof this time with Light Shield Ray. I think we might get there. Feels like we're being the control deck. Okay. Yeah, it's 10-10. That's pretty big. Yeah. We do this. We don't give them back those 2 creatures for sure. Right, so just to calculate, if we force this through, it's going to be a 9 something, so they'll have 4 health left. They block the next 3 highest things, which will be 1, 2, 3, and we'll then get in for 4. Let's just check that maths. This will go through, it will create a 1-1, and we'll have 1 more damage. They could block 3, nothing's got first strike. Will be okay. Okay. What? No, I wouldn't do any double blocking. Not that you're alive anyway, but double blocking is not the way to be more alive. I actually thought we were going to lose, but we didn't. We managed to control our way out of that one. Oof. That was quite a fun deck they were playing, but oof. Okay. I had to think a bit about the last one, so let's hope for a slightly less thinky game this time round. Thinky is stinky. Pretty badass sleeves on this guy, eh? Okay. Skrelv, me baby. Skrelv, me. We're playing against Bants, by the looks of it. Let's see what we're dealing with. Bant creatures, gonna be like a Broker's Ascendancy type deal going on here. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get him for 1 on the invasion. Eiganjo, yeah. So, this is looking good. They've not got any instants or sorceries at the moment. But given that 1 damage is 1 damage, we'll hold this because, you know, them top decking something and killing this would be much worse. They're running this, so they're definitely running some instants and sorceries, right? Ideally, we can do a little captain. A little captain would be nice, but we would accept an Adeline or a veteran. Some thinking is occurring. So they can use their specialist and bring back a Eiganjo. Which they have done. They tap my Skrelv. And that was it. So we can force the Cathar through to kill that. And take something else from their hand. Yeah, we don't want to play that. That just gives them a life link off that. Let's play this. Okay, enter the battlefield things. Let's get rid of that. We could pay white now on this. Say white, attack this. Nice. Light shield array. 1/1 on Cathar. Yeah, could have been worse. Could have been a worse turn. Okay. Innkeeper. Veteran, I think, is the move here. On itself, maybe? Yeah, this is going to get bigger anyway this turn. Rope line, okay, and they can then bring that back and generate a 1/1. I don't think they want to be running Siphoner in this deck. This looks like it should have Broker's Ascendancy written all over it. Or maybe the arms or whatever it's called. Could have blocked, jumped this, but we're not doing the most land related items, are we? But so should we attack with this, and if they try to kill it, we can make it indestructible. And that would be a good 2-for-1 of the Light Shield Array. And if they don't, we get a second Light Shield Array. I think they should just chump it really, but they don't want to. Okay. We've still got our Skrelv to protect. 5/6, so next turn they could play this. So we've got a Cathar ready. That's nice. 5/5 first strike now. So I think we'll just Captain. I think we're still triggering even with 5 creatures down. Yep. Just a Knight-Counselor, fine. That's quite unlucky. So this will go here, obviously. Gives us a draw. Don't really want to attack with this, so I think we'll enlist that. Go here. This can go there. In fact, let's enlist that here. This we don't want to attack with. And if they do let this through, we get to cast our second spell because of the Light Shield Array. So we cast this, we'll get to cast Light Shield Array, and then this will flip back. So, okay, that's nice. So they've got a Chumpy for the Brute because they could block this. Oh my god. Should we do this and say green now? Nah. To be fair, they've got no instants or sorceries in hand. Let's not let them get a cheap block on this. They could block with the Siphoners. But let's not let them have a cheap one. What are you thinking, my friend? The ones that really gum up the board are tricky for us, with the only removal being Brutal Cathar. We really like, you know, get gummed up on these tokeny boards, or the one where they had all those dorks to stop us getting through was also tricky. Just hope that wasn't a targeted removal spell that I could have blocked a Skrelv, because that will make me sad. Obviously we didn't get to flip the Brute because this didn't flip. Oh my. It's an Ascend from Averna stack. You ever think of Esper as being that? Whew. So they've still got 3 colours. I mean, they've got 1 blue blocker, which is annoying. mean, they'd have to chuck so much against this brute. But if they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, they're basically chumping this, I think. And for one Eiganjo, yeah, it'd be worth killing off half their team. Yeah, I suspected they would want to kill the Duelist because of the draw, but we have got one more, which is why I've done this. Now, they haven't got any more Ascension Awarenesses in their hand presently. So we've got through a chunk. And flip back. And we'll take one of these, I guess. Don't want to put too much under here. Oh, 41 life as well. Okay, we've got nothing in hand, so that's not the end of the world. We just keep going. That's nice. We can say ascend from Avernus, as that's the biggest threat to us once we get through all this stuff again. I think we'll play this as well. Take that out. And we'll put our 1/1 here to draw. So we don't want to attack with this. We can attack with this. We can enlist this to go here. That is it. But we'll get through 2 creatures with the Adeline, so that's nice. It feels like we're getting there. We need to let it flip to Knight again. So Conjure Plains. That I can handle. That puts them at 6, so they can nearly play this creature. I don't know if this is even going to trigger anymore. It is. We've got so many creatures in our deck that it still triggers. Okay. This we'll leave, shall we? This. We want to keep this. Now this can go. Because the Duelist is big. The Cathar definitely can't go. This Cathar could go. I'm desperate to flip this, man. We are having to give up like a little bit each time, which is a bit annoying. Okay, we finally flipped this thing. And they're down to 1 creature. Oh man, we've got through half our deck. This better not be an Ascend from the Madness. Okay, Elvish Norn, yeah. Oh, they've given up! After all that. After all that. That was... Oh, we've had some long ones for an aggro deck, haven't we? Okay, stats time. So how did we fare? I said I thought it would be a powerful deck, and we played 14 games of this deck in an hour and a half. They were quite long games, actually. I was surprised it took us that long to get through 14 games, but with an 80% win rate in best of 1, we really can't complain. And even the ones that we're losing are typically quite tight games. It is a tricky-ish deck to play in that, like, you've got to be crafty with when to keep your Skrelv untapped. The answer is most of the time. When to keep mana open for Surge. Whether to attack your Gobakhan or attack face. There's lots of little like bits that we have to think about. Also, with our different 3-drops, it can be a question of which one to play. Should we be playing Adeline? Should we be playing Peacekeeper? In general, if you think you're against combo or control, Peacekeeper is almost always better. Don't try and beat them down with Adeline. Try and dodge those board wipes. Board wipes are crucial to dodge because we've got all the point protection with Surge and Skrelv for our Brutal Cathars. It's the board wipes that are going to get us, especially things like Farewell. If your opponent's running white and any hint of control, we need to be looking at their hand early with the Gobakhan, with the Peacekeeper, and getting those Farewells out of their hand. Thankfully in the video we didn't run into any of those, and it is quite an uncommon card to find in Alchemy, but it does exist. So that's something that I would say. The nice thing to see about this deck, obviously, is we've passed the mono red test, we've passed the Rakdos test, so 3-0 against red, 2-0 against Rakdos, 2-0 against Golgari, all the rest are one-offs. So all the things that we're facing most often, we're beating, and we're beating well, and that is what makes a good ladder climbing deck. This is going to be one to climb with. Give it a go yourselves. I really appreciate those who have watched to the end of the video. I think being back in Alchemy has given me a little bit of a zest for life. You can see I enjoy making the content of these cards a bit more. It's just, there's so many fun little interactive things you can do in Alchemy that really give it a little edge over Standard. I think it is important to play Standard when new cards come out, try and see how they fit in, but I think yeah, we're going to be making some more Alchemy content going forward. So thank you very much for watching. For those that have, if you did like the video, give me a like, give me a comment, do anything you feel you want to, but don't do it if you don't want to. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.